I just want to find out.
Yes.
Firstly, Wumba, tell us who you are in this event for Akapo.
Okay. My name is Akapo. I'm the managing director of Akapo Jewels, but I'm also the project director of Dibanye. So Akapo Jewels and BaKgatla, we were a stakeholder to BaKgatla because we're a service provider. And through Kosi Pilani, we trained about 16 of the students from the 32 villages, which he sent them for a couple of years to Johannesburg to train with us. So we trained them, skilled them with the correct skills, and certified them. And then, COVID and everything come in. Then after, we decided to show the system what we can do with rural community, especially a mining community with platinum, because we are both passionate about platinum. Because South Africa supplies 80% of the world's platinum, and 80% of the jewelry that you see in South Africa are imported. So we're showing what good skilled people, bringing them on as staff, and they get an incentive from the company Dibanye, and you can see the beautiful pieces that is being produced.
Absolutely. You came out of a struggle with COVID. Most companies did not survive. You carried on. You've developed, let's say, more than 16 children, and that's probably double the families whose lives you've touched. Now, urban-rural development is a big thing in South Africa, and so is the land issue. You've designed basically a framework that can be copied and mastered by other provinces, I would imagine. Would you say that what you've done in the Northwest can be adopted by other provinces within our country, and can it be?
Absolutely. What I like about the BaKgatla is because they have vision, and they have even already a 30-year master plan. And they embrace development. And it's not just about the area they come from, it's about also the surrounding area as well. And so coming together with them with the passion they have for development was amazing. So we're really showing what private sector as well as rural mining development can come and do together. And this can be benchmarked from other chieftaincy within the country, and not just in the country, but throughout Africa. Just to have the vision and the passion for it. And it also brings not just about the development, but it brings jobs into the industry. And we give thanks for the government of South Africa, especially Dibanye, who's been on that journey with us, and seeing how we've worked so hard to push something like this. I mean, you can look at our jewelry, it's mixed with platinum and gold, and platinum on its own, and we just really want to show what Africa's hands can do.
They say diamonds and jewelry are a woman's best friend, and I love the fact that you've got young girls here who are actually jewelry manufacturers and designers coming from rural areas. It's something Africa has been fighting over the last 200 years, I'd say, where we can manufacture our own minerals. What was the one thing that when you saw the looks on the faces of these young girls and their families, and you said, there's the vision, we might have started something here. What's the one thing that stuck out for you when you were able to give skills to young women that before did not have such a skill for the betterment of the community?
Well, I thank you for asking that question, because I'm a supporter in women within the value chain of my particular industry. Because like you said, jewelry are made for women, and there's so much talent that I see in the young women who are going forward. And it also complements working with our men, and it makes a balance, because within the jewelry industry there's also that tightness of secretness, meaning that, and security, and so it's internationally it's very made up of small families, small companies. So it's beautiful to see the passion that I've seen in these young women that have come together, and they've worked as a team, which is so good. You know, as black people, sometimes we feel one have to be over here, one have to be over there, but I'm passionate about collaboration as well. And so this is what you're seeing today. So I'm very humble about it.
It's Akapo Jewels in partnership with Dibanye and the BaKgatla traditional house. How many years did it take you to put this together?
I can say, well, Akapo Jewels has been in the industry more than 40 years.
Wow.
Because 20 years in South Africa, but it was 20 years from London, because the master goldsmith is from there. So we're well known in terms of that level of quality of jewelry and high end. So it's really great to come together with BaKgatla, which they done their due diligence before they even came to us, to say, right, you're the one we identify as the accredited body to train their students. So this relationship has been going on for about 10 years. Or I would say about 10 years, discussions, etc. And then Kosi is so wonderful. He just said, you know what, Wumba, Mr. Kapo, let's just get together and do this. Let's not wait for this funding here and that funding. Obviously, we need that support. But he said, let's get on and do it. And we worked hard, we persevere with no fear.
Sounds like less is more, and that recipe has worked for you. Other traditional houses in South Africa are looking at this and they're saying, we've got a bit of land, we've got mines underneath, we've got minerals, and including the SADC. What can other chieftains, these other little kingdoms, monarchies, what can they learn and adopt from your recipe?
For one, they can learn that working with the right people that look like themselves, yes, is a positive way to go, because only us can tell our story.
Oh, yes.
And even if you work with, please don't get me wrong, I'm not discriminating, because I have colleagues who are white and everything.
Absolutely.
But there's nobody that can tell our stories better than ourselves. And I wouldn't want somebody to tell my story who don't look like me, because they won't go 100 or 200% the way. So that's the first thing. The second thing is just think out of the box. And if you're a mining community where you're working with the mines, don't just let them dictate to you about how you must spend that money what they're giving you. Look at how you can take that funds and develop for your community. Don't think of just yourselves or your immediate families and that. Just have a thought out of the box and draw the community in. That's how I would say.
Wumba, my last question to you. It's been amazing. It's been 10 years. You started something great, I believe. What's there for Wumba or for Akapo in the next couple of years within our continent? What can we look forward to? There's young kids out there that say, we want to adopt this as well. There's old people that say, is the legacy only starting now? What can we look forward to from you?
Well, what we can tell you as Akapo, we know and studied that we as African people have had it in our history making beautiful jewelry. We did not just start now. Yes, the interference have blocked us to think, wow, everybody else has done it. But no, we have a powerful history of jewelry that we were making before any interference. And what we try to do is try to bring that history in so that the younger people would say, wow, so we were there, we were doing this. Remember, all the mines come from Africa. So we didn't wait for other people to come in to tell us how to utilize our material. And the information on that history is out there. There's many things that the Portuguese wrote about when they came into Africa and what they were seeing. Our kings and queens were wearing crowns with gold and diamonds and all those things. So for the future, I see a bright future. I would say don't have fear in anything you do, because sometime in life out there's these stumbling blocks that make you have this fear. We mustn't fear nothing, and then your mind is free to go forward. So I see a bright future for Africa, in particular South Africa, because Mr. Akapo always says South Africa should be a Dubai of Africa.
Wow, tell me a little bit about Mr. Akapo. I don't think I'm going to get time to chat to him. What brings him into the country and the work that you're doing internationally?
We are diasporas and we love Africa. You might hear my English tone, but we grew up outside, yes? I grew up, my background is from Jamaica and Cuba, and you know how we stay in Jamaica, okay? My husband's background is he was born in Nigeria, left when he was how many months old, because his parents went to study in Switzerland, in Geneva, and then they came to England, and that's where we met. And that's where he learned his trade from 17 years old. And so he's been doing this more than 44 years. And he was rare in Europe anyway. So we are proudly about Africa. And why try to build yourself in Europe when Africa needs us?
Thank you so much.